Hello everyone, and welcome to the Master Collection Volume 1 for Metal Gear Solid. One of my favourite series of all time, and Metal Gear Solid is my favourite game of all time. At least joint favourite game of all time. So, yeah, we're going to be playing through it again. I've been looking for an excuse to dive back into this absolute freaking masterpiece. And what better time than with the Master Collection? I'm so glad that more people are going to be able to play this. I really am. And hopefully this playthrough will kind of cater to those who may be... oh, great. My controller batteries are low. Fantastic. But yeah, hopefully this playthrough will cater to those who are very unfamiliar with Metal Gear, and also those who, like me, have played it through 69 times. I can't wait to jump into this, and while this collection definitely has its issues, I've been playing around a little bit with it on PlayStation. This is the Xbox version. Yes, I did buy it twice because I'm an absolute Metal Gear fanatic. It's definitely got its issues, but I'm glad at least that these games are now way more accessible. So, and they've got some nice features like a screenplay book, and they've even made, on this particular version of this game, Metal Gear Solid, not Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3, they've made the confirm button the B button, which on PlayStation back in the day was circle. Those mad bastards, they went and did it. So just an extra little kick in the nostalgia nads, which is pretty great. But anyway, I've rambled enough. We're going to jump in to the original, watch the opening cutscene, and then we're going to dive into the game. I do hope you're going to enjoy this playthrough, everyone. Oh, I love this game so much. I'm going to try my best to do it justice. Once again, here we go.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same codename as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by Codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP.
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Oh my god, this title screen. It gives me goosebumps every time, no matter how many times I've seen this. Welcome everyone to Metal Gear Solid. Tactical espionage action. That opening cutscene is just phenomenal, and you really see just how cinematic and ahead of the time this game was. You know, 1998, some of the things that they do with this, you know, graphically, it was pretty damn good looking. The voice acting is incredible, and just, yeah, the cinematics, which it's trying to go back to right now, are just phenomenal. What a story this game tells. Now, it is technically the third game in the series, so it does reference events from the first two games, Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, which are also included in the Master Collection. They've also been included in Metal Gear Solid Subsistence, or Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, in the HD collection that came out like 10 years ago. I've never beaten those, they're pretty tough, but yeah, this game does reference events from those games, but you don't need to have played them. I think Metal Gear Solid is a really good starting point. All you need to really know at the beginning is there's a terrorist threat, Solid Snake has been sent in to thwart terrorists who have taken over an Alaskan base, and they are members of a former unit of his, so it's yeah, it's just a great premise. So we're going to jump into this. There are a few options on the main menu, and in fact, if you move the analog stick, you can change the color of the background, which is really great. And the fact that freaking Snake blinks at you occasionally. That used to creep me out a little bit as a kid. But yeah, VR training is tutorial stuff. There's actually, with this collection, you get Metal Gear Solid Special Missions, or VR missions, which was just a standalone game / expansion pack, really, just with a bunch of VR missions, like hundreds of them. Loved that. I remember you actually had to own a copy of this game in order to play that game. It would ask you to swap discs just to make sure that you did own Metal Gear Solid. Oh, the 90s were a special time. We're not going to be doing any of those. Special pretty much just unlocks stuff after you beat the game, although you can read about the previous two games in previous operations if you so wish, but you really don't need to. Briefing is a little bit more of a backstory of Snake and the Colonel. Again, I watched that a lot as a kid, but it's not necessary. We're just going to jump in to a brand new game. And, oh, it's so satisfying, that gunshot. That gunshot is so goddamn satisfying. We are going to be playing it on normal. If you choose hard, you lose your radar, and that, to me, just makes the game way less fun. And I don't know this game as many times as I have played it, right? I've not played this game full, like all the way through, in about 5 years, I think it is. So I don't know it nearly enough to go on hard mode. So, sorry, we're going to be doing normal. And, here we go. Oh my god, they give you an achievement straight away. I forgot about that. This music. Oh, that line. This game has so many great lines. Oh my god. Look how cinematic this is. This was 1998. Oh. And forewarning, full disclosure, this game does have a lot of cutscenes, right? So, strap in.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface, but make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Oh my god. So they're already breaking the fourth wall. And yeah, they've changed, obviously, there is no select button on PS5 or Xbox these days. I don't know what the heck this button is actually. The guide button, I guess? No, that's the pause button. Okay, there's our codec. So, throughout the game, you have instant access to chat with your supporting team. So at the moment, we just have our colonel, and you can just chat with him whenever you want. He'll tell you tips and...
Hank, you have to crawl to get through there.
There you go.
First, crouch down by pressing the crawl button, and then use the directional button to crawl in the direction you want.
What's the crawl button?
Careful though. Crawling is slow and you can't attack when you're doing it either.
You can stand up by pressing the crawl button again.
Okay, and we saw briefly there Naomi, who we will get introduced to soon. But yeah, this is basically a tutorial level, and just again, look at like the credits going over gameplay. This is just madness. Right, Metal Gear Solid. Let's jump into it. This is a stealth game. We do not want to be seen. We have a radar in the top right, which and yeah, I've always found it funny that we just walk underwater here. Like this is so great. We just picked up a healing item, by the way. We have rations, which yeah, heal us. Cigarettes, Solid Snake's favorite brand. Smoking is hazardous to your health. That actually does deplete your health slowly if you have that equipped, so maybe don't do that. Although it can come in handy. You never know, as you'll soon see. We have a scope, so we can kind of recon ahead. I very rarely use that, to be honest, because the radar is so good. Maybe in hard mode that's more useful, but we'll equip the rations, because if you have them equipped, they will automatically be used if you take enough damage. Right, so we are crawling, and we've gone into first-person view mode. Now, I think I'm safe to crawl out here. It has been a while, chaps. And there are rats running along the ground, as you can see. There's so many little details in this game. It's a freaking masterpiece, man. If you run through puddles, that can alert the guards, and as you can see, guards have a cone of vision in front of them. These are supposed to be like highly trained special forces, and they can see roughly about 10 feet in front of them. But that's fine. Right, can I make it through here? Okay. Colonel's calling me.
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground. You'll just have to wait for the elevator to come down. You'd better hide somewhere.
Will do. So I always hide over here near this forklift truck. This is a pretty safe spot, although not super safe. You are going to have your wits about you. There's another ration down there. I never grab that one. And you can only carry 2 at the moment anyway, so... just, this game is dripping with atmosphere, style, it's just... I'm gonna be gushing about it the whole playthrough, and I'm so sorry. Look at these camera angles! And you can see his breath! Oh, this blew my mind as a kid, although, like I said, I did borrow this from my uncle, and I never actually made it past this first level because it was too scary. Every time I'd crawl out from under the, the thing at the beginning, the starting area, I'd see a guard and I'd run straight back. And it was only until maybe a year later, when I had my tonsils taken out, that my dad sort of played it, and I just watched him play through the whole thing, and we'd like consult each other about how to get past certain parts, and it's to this day, me and him still talk about it. It's one of our greatest bonding experiences. And here comes the lift. Oh, yeah, we just blasted through this in like a week. And, I mean, it's not a very long game, but obviously, we'd never played it before, so we didn't know what to do. And, good times, good times. Alright, just need this guy to bugger off, and we should be in the clear. There we go. Oh, it's so good to be playing this again. And on a modern system as well. Not having to emulate it or hook up my PS3. There he is. Oh, easily my favorite video game character. Solid Snake. Oh, he's so good. And David Hayter, what a performance. Ooh, goosebumps. And of course, directed by, you know, the brainchild of Hideo Kojima. Love him or hate him. I mean, I love the man. He's got such an imagination, and this, I think Metal Gear still is the best series, the best things he's ever done. I played Death Stranding, it was good. Not a patch on this. Not a patch on this. And yeah. There's a lot of cutscenes, a lot of expedition coming, so get a nice beverage.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Yeah.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel. What's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea, but it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
For some reason, that particular exchange of dialogue is just seared into my synapses. It's just cool, though. As a kid, this was just so cool. It really did feel like you're in like a Hollywood action movie. But you're in your living room in your pajamas. It was just great. Ugh.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
Oh, God.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision.
Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision. Make sure you don't let them see you.
Okay, Naomi.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting nanomachines as you.
He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
God, I love this game.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by Codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice.
I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
You never know. That's so hardcore, Snake. He's desperate for a smoke, and then he smuggled them inside his stomach.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
As a kid, I genuinely thought he meant actual pineapples. There's so much of this game that just completely went over my head.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
And with that, the game has properly begun. We won't be having quite so many tutorial things now. Oh my gosh, this area, the Heliport, is one of my favorite areas in anything ever. I have spent so many hours just running around this place. It really does feel like home. A really chilly, hostile home. Right, so Metal Gear Solid, we've got to get into the tank hangar, and as they did say, there are two ways you can go about this. I tend to always go for the one up top, because I find that's easier. It might not actually be easier, but it's the way I always go about it. So, we have the helipad, which is currently being monitored by searchlights. If you go into those, you will be spotted. Just look at the steam coming out of the vents and everything. Oh, and footprints in the snow! Which, yeah, by the way, guards will follow. Though they will follow those footprints, and we're going to show that off, actually. And you can also knock on walls to get their attention. It's just, this game's incredible. There is an item in the helipad, and I'm always hesitant to grab it, because I always get spotted when I do. But yeah, we also don't have any weapons right now. This game really does recommend, and oh, look, that guard had a sneeze there.
Whose footprints are these?
Oh yeah, baby. There's honestly, there's some video games even being made today that don't have that level of AI awareness. I don't know what it's honestly. This game does not have great AI. You know, relatively speaking, but back in the day, this was unbelievable. We've just picked up our first weapon, by the way. The SOCOM pistol. It does not have a silencer equipped currently. We can find one. I would not recommend using this as a first resort, because, yeah, this game, if you get spotted, you get swarmed, and you have a tiny, tiny little health bar. So, really is best trying to be sneaky. I forget if there's anything under the truck. No, but you can hide under the truck. which is pretty cool. So there's a guard over there sleeping, and there are surveillance cameras, as we're about to be told by Snake. Or Snake is about to discover this, and for some reason he's so surprised that there would be surveillance on a military base. Here we go. One of the best lines ever.
A surveillance camera?
There it is. Oh, man. And I really hate trying to sneak past this camera in particular. I really, really hate it. Okay, stun grenades. They're actually pretty useful. I tend to save those for a particular point in the game. But, I'm gonna get spotted. Oh my god, how on earth did that camera not see me? I am absolutely blown away that we haven't already had an alert. Yeah, I'm not the best at this game. I'm probably gonna be rusty as hell. I think over there, that's chaff grenades. Now, if we use our scope, can I actually see what item that is? If we zoom in, what's the zoom in button? Use the zoom in button, Snake. I could have sworn they would sometimes pop up telling you what they were, unless you have to pick them up first to find out what they are. I'm pretty sure that's chaff grenades. I could be wrong, though. I might not even bother trying to grab them, because I always fuck this up. And I don't want to get spotted so early, so we're going to ignore those. We're going to ignore those. I'm being a little bit of a bitch here, but it's fine. No, I didn't want to get back in the truck. Where to begin, though? Honestly, there's so much in this game. It's hard to know where to start talking about it. Camera here as well, which we should be able to avoid fairly easily. Up the stairs. Now, there is a guard up here as well. I think he's... Yeah, he's over... Ooh, is at the end of this walkway. Yep, he's coming back. Okay. So I think we'll just hide around here. While we're hiding, there is someone we can actually talk to. Now, Mei Ling is the save point, basically. You call her when you want to save. Campbell is just if you want to chat with Campbell and Naomi. There is... You can input your own frequencies in here and chat to... Oh, God, what's a codec? Oh, there's a character that's pretty much basically optional. But she'll kind of give you information on weapons and items and things like that. I have no idea what her codec is. Is it 141.52? Oh my god, it is.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
Damn, I love her accent, I really do. They remade Metal Gear Solid, right, with the Twin Snakes. I'm not a huge fan of that version because, well, for many reasons. But they did, for certain characters, they got rid of their accents. Like, they just made them generic kind of American, which, you know, is, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but when you're used to each character sounding just like they've just got a lot more personality to them, or they're from, you know, these far-flung countries like Mei Ling and Nastasha, it just felt weird, and oh my god, please don't see me. Please don't see me. I think we're safe here, though, even though, really, he should see my breath. He can frickin' smell me where he is right now, although he's wearing a balaclava. Oh, yeah, so Nastasha, we can call her whenever we want. I think she might have something to say about the gun we just picked up.
Good. You found a SOCOM. That's a Special Operations Command pistol. It It's a .45 caliber pistol with plenty of stopping power. It's also equipped with a LAM for nighttime combat. If you hold down the weapon button, you can train the laser sight on the enemy to help you aim. If you find a SOCOM suppressor, you can equip that too. That pistol was designed specifically for use by special forces, so I think it will be useful. Some people find it a little heavy and hard to use, but it shouldn't be a problem for you.
Excellent. Yeah, see, I would call the, people on the codec all the time as a kid. I just found all this stuff really cool, even if I didn't understand it. Like, what the heck are anti-freezing peptides? You know what I mean? It's just, it's so good. I'm really sorry, I'm just constantly gushing. Right, we've made it, and they're just going to be telling me how to crawl into a vent. Ventilation shaft. Come out to Alaska. Have a few laughs. Oh. Yeah, there's going to be quite a few ventilation shafts in this game, guys. I hope you're not claustrophobic. I am. I would not enjoy this. Not one bit. And just the ambience as well. This game's ambience is fucking phenomenal. Oh, we have a call.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Alright, we got another friend to talk to whenever we want. So we got Master, yeah, so he'll kind of give you generic tips about the environment, and I'm gonna try and cater this playthrough to people that have never played this game. So there will be lots of codec calls, just because I think they're really good, and again, the voice acting is phenomenal. But yeah, we're gonna make our way through these vents before I start hyperventilating. And you can get a brief glimpse of areas we're about to go to. You can even push up against the grate here using the look around button, which is really, really cool. Man, it's great to be playing this again. Honestly though, I have played this a few times on stream, fairly recently over the last couple of years, but I've never played it all the way through. I think the last time I did that was about 5 years ago. So...
I moved the dark machine to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Ooh. The plot thickens. Oh my god, this plot gets so thick. It's ridiculous. Okay. Nice bit of eavesdropping. But yeah, it's just, I've always found the vents, because it's weird, you feel safe in them, but also it's creepy. You know what I mean? Ugh. It's so dark and dingy, you can barely see. And a surveillance camera. I'm just trying to predict when I'm gonna get my first alert, because there's definitely no way I'm going through this game without being seen. I am not that good. I'm not a speedrunner. I think this is probably the one game that maybe if I really put my mind to it, I probably could do, because I do know this game pretty well. But yeah, I think that would take the fun out of it for me personally. But there's some very impressive MGS1 players out there. Do not expect that level of skill from me. And this is just going to be telling me to push the action button. Which is the action button? Well, it just so happens to be B. And the old tank hanger music. Here we go.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
I know exactly where it is, Colonel. And, you know what? I think this would be a good time to... Well, actually, we'll get through this area first and then we'll save. We'll have a quick call with Master.
Snake, that floor is designed so that your footsteps echo. Listen, Snake, there's a way to walk so your footsteps won't be heard. I call it stalking. Here's how you do it. First, put your weight on the opposite foot that you're going to step with. Then, take a step so that your heel makes contact with the ground first. Then, as you slowly lower the tip of your foot to the floor, gradually shift your weight onto that foot. Use your knees to maintain the subtle balance. Try it.
Now...
I can't do it.
Another way is to wear your socks over your shoes. If you crawl on your stomach, you won't make any noise either.
There you go. So that's hilarious. He's describing something that you just physically can't do in this game. There's no mechanic for stalking, right? But you can crawl on the ground, and that will work.
Snake.
Okay, same thing. So yeah, this floor does make a lot of noise when you run over it, and you can't like walk slowly. I mean you can. You know what? Maybe this is stalking. However, no one's gonna do that because it's way too slow. Ah, first chaff grenade. Which, they are very useful for getting past cameras. They disable them. Although the only problem is you lose your radar when you do that, so I think this camera is pretty easy to get around anyway. But yeah, that floor's pretty noisy, so if there is a guard on this same level, they will hear it. These doors require a key card. Oh my god, I nearly got spotted. Now, this door is usually closed later in the game, and you need a keycard to get in this one as well. But at this point in the game, for some reason, it's open, and there is a pretty good item in there. So I'm actually going to use a chaff grenade here, because I don't bloody trust myself. There we go. And we get these thermal googlies, which do have their uses. Although they kind of hurt my eyes a lot, as you'll soon see. Like, oh my god, that is so red. That is so red. But we've got him, right. So, we can actually kind of take a look down on the ground floor. There are 2 guards, I think, walking around. There's one over in front of us, and yeah, 2 freaking tanks. Some ammo over there behind the stairs, and that, my friends, is the lift we need to use. I think there's a guard directly below us as well. Now, I always worried that guards directly below you would hear you running on the floor, because in real life they would do, right? But thankfully they don't, so you can just run along here to your heart's content, and they won't hear a thing. I got another camera here. Now, this is also another spot where I do tend to get spotted, because this is a little bit tricky if you don't use the chaff grenade. As long as you're directly under the camera, they won't see you. But the problem is like guards down here as well, so if you use the chaff grenade, you might not know exactly where they are. Go pick up this ammo quickly. Oh god, this is getting risky. See, I don't have the patrol patterns memorized, but that's basically Metal Gear in a nutshell. And I think you can crawl under the tanks as well, but I don't think there's anything under those either. I could be wrong. Right, here we go. Now, a little trick with the elevator. Sometimes it can take a while to come down, so if you just press it twice, instant elevator. Sadly, that life hack does not work in real life. So we're going to go to B1, because that's where our first objective is. Oh, that little music. Sting. Right, we got a call.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
Will do, Mei Ling. Yeah, so in the Twin Snakes, and in later Metal Gear games, they make her, you know, they don't give her a Chinese accent, which is probably, you know, less stereotypical and maybe less racist, but I just like it. I think it gives them more personality, makes them more unique, you know what I mean? I prefer Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PS1, and now PS4, PS5, Xbox, and Switch. Wait, is it on Switch? I think it's on Switch. And PC. I much prefer this version of the game. Twin Snakes is fun, don't get me wrong. It's basically just MGS1 with MGS2 gameplay, but... Right, chaps. Yes, if you hug this wall over here, you can see on the radar there's like a weird pixelation thing going on there. Oh, that's our target. I love that you can do that. Sadly, you can't knock on the wall and scare him like you can in MGS2. But, yeah, I think that's where we're going to end this first episode, chaps. Next time, we'll go chat with the DARPA chief and see if we can rescue him. Oh, this game, it's only just begun. It's so good. I hope you're enjoying it so far, chaps. And, again, if you're a little bit lost on some of the plot elements, like, who the heck's Big Boss? Why do the terrorists want his remains? That will become clear. But yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now. Oh, wait, hang on. I might as well save. We might as well save. Hang on. We're gonna save with Mei Ling, because one of my favorite things about Mei Ling is when you do save, she has,
Look at the radar.
Oh.
It's picking up
I wonder if she'll
DARPA
do
chief.
that, actually, because we're in this area. I hope she does. She has a little, like, she'll tell you, like, a proverb, or a Chinese proverb or something. I always loved those as a kid, too. New block. Yes. So I hope she says it.
Come on, Snake, you can do
Ah, because we're in this area. She's all business. God damn it. Okay. Well, we'll definitely see some of those as the game goes on as well. But yeah, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
This is Snake, telling you to subscribe to Mage Masher 22 on YouTube and Twitch. Snake out.